an unboxing video of this SKMEI watch that I got for $10.13. It's a SKMEI luxury brand digital sport watch. It's available in the silver, the gold, and rose gold with the stainless band. And but there was also a little bit of tax, so it came total to $11.02, which for this watch is a real deal. How do I know? Because I have the sister watch now. I have the gold one already. And it's just, it's a great watch. It has some pluses that I think are significant, but I don't really want to talk about this watch. I'm supposed to be doing an unboxing. So let's deal with the watch in hand here. Came in this little packet from, what is that? Oh, you can't read it, it's backwards. So let me come around here and flip it around first. It's from Hu Wenzhang, 1200 Worldwide Boulevard. That was a secondary address. I'm sure it's a distributor for the watch. It actually came from China. I don't want to damage the watch by opening it up. Okay. Now, as you know, when you buy watches, you can get them with the original box, and you're going to pay about $18 or $19. Or you can get them like this one. And let's take a real good look at it together. Okay. You can see it's a beautifully polished band, and it has my favorite type of clasp, which is this little clip clasp. And the reason is you can move it anywhere you want easily. They hold real well. And we can take a look. And I wanted that black face, and I wanted the silver color, and I got it at such a deal, I just couldn't say no. Okay. Let's press a few buttons for fun here. That's the nighttime, so you can see it's the numbers that light up, not the background. Getting it onto there we go. It's not the right time, but at least it's not on 24 time anymore. I can go ahead and arrange it pretty easily in terms of pressing these buttons. But not while I'm holding the camera. I don't want to do both. It's a pretty thin watch. And so what do you have? You've got your time, AM, your PM. AM doesn't show up, just PM. And you have the day of the week and the actual date. Now, I haven't done a video where I show people how to adjust one of these watches. And you might be curious, actually, on how to do that. So I think what I'll do is try and... Okay. Well, there's a couple of just basics I want to go over with you on how to adjust a digital watch. They're all about the same. This button over here is usually a button that lets you adjust things, and that's the light, okay? But this one is function, and it's marked. Let me see what this little marking says. They call function, they'll call that mode. That's your light. And then this button actually is described by them as alarm, on, off, 24-hour. Okay, so what you do is using the mode. See, that's alarm. We don't want that mode. Oh, by the way, let's get that. I want this alarm off. So what I can do is, see, I'm cycling through until they're all off. This one here would be, and I'm so sorry, I can't see it. It's that's alarm on, alarm off. And this is the bell for every hour, I think. And this is like the bell on a different timing. But anyway, that's all alarm. So if you press this, it cycles through the options. But to keep on going, now so I go to here. Now, I don't really want to adjust that, but I do want to do this one, but it's not. So I'm going through the AMs now, and it actually is 4:54. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I hit this one, and I've got to go to 50. I'm going to go to 54. It's probably going to be 55, which is right where it was at, I think. 4, and we'll call that 55. Fair enough. And I'm not going to do the second one. Then I can come here, and this is the 3rd, but today's date is actually the 9th. There we go. Then you come back like that, and you're into your normal mode. So it's, now the other thing is I got the wrong day up here. It's not Monday. Today's actually Wednesday. So let's do it again. We're going to cycle through. We have this. Then by pressing this, I can move it to different places. Okay? And there is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like that. And so now we're going to have to do it again, going through. See, this gives you the various things you can adjust. Alarm, the stop timer. Here's this. Now, to move between the different positions to set, I start touching it. Okay? And then I go to here at 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay? And then we can come out here like that. So we've got PM, which it is. We've got Wednesday. We have the 9th, and we have the time. So that's how you adjust one of these monsters. Okay? So it's like one of them, just to repeat it for you. Okay, like that's the light, but it's also something else. Okay, so you use this one to cycle. One of the buttons will always cycle through various things for you. Alarm, stop timer, changing. That's changing seconds, changing hours, changing minutes. That's PM. Okay, came back to the cycling, I'm done, and if I touch here, I'm back to where I want to be. So I went the 9th on Wednesday at 4:58 p.m. That's how you adjust an electronic watch. So again, this one tells you like what you're going to be touching. You cycle through with this one and you change your setting over here as a general rule. That's how they work. Okay. Anyway, this is the watch. I did order a black leather band, and I'll show you why. What I'm planning on doing here. See, when I have my other watch, I put a leather band on it because I like it. And on this one, I'm going to put, guess what? I'm going to put a black leather band on that, and that's why I wanted the black coloring of the actual face. There are quite a lot of differences between these two watches, looks-wise. One of them, and there's nuances, okay? One of them is this gold section here in the center is actually a mirror on this one. And it shows you, like, now it's looking at just me and the phone, so it's black. It'll show you whatever is in the background. That is not what this one is. This is just black. So there's a big difference. They have the same readout approximately. I mean, this is the same watch. But my game plan is, like you can see, that's what it would look like if it had a brown leather band. I don't like that look, but I like this look. And that look is what it's going to look like with a black leather band, which is super cool. So that's what I have in mind, but I'll probably go ahead and set this anyway. And you're probably wondering, how do you set the band? And since I'm giving you this video in quite a bit of detail, I'm going to show you how to do the band too. By the way, these SKMEI watches are such a deal. They're very well made. Now, the way this thing works, I'm going to try to actually give you a decent visual on this. Okay. I have, this is the screwdriver that a lot of times comes with them. It's just a teeny little screwdriver. It's quite simple. Okay. It's a clip. Okay, now see, this is where I got trouble using my hands, so I can show you. You put this in the little area here and then pop it open. Then you move this anywhere you want, okay? I don't know where it belongs, so I'm going to start here. Then I put it back. You're going to say to yourself, oh my gosh, I don't think I want to apply that much pressure to this thing, but you have to put quite a bit of pressure on it to get it in the right place. Then this hook locks around that little bar, push down a little bit, push in, and that's your setting. Now this is almost perfectly set. You know, I may leave that band on because I kind of like it. I'm going to leave that on for a while, but I am going to do a micro adjustment now. And I'm coming back in. And if I do it like this, you can see it. I come here, pop it open, then I bring it forward just a little bit, like that. I come in, put this in, and lift it up and bring it around. And that's it. Let's see if it's a better fit now. It is. That's a perfect fit for me right now. And I gotta tell you, I'm not unhappy with the look of this watch. And I think for a while I'm gonna leave it on. But I am gonna do another customization. And I'm gonna ask you to stay with me while we do this one together. This is the way I really set them up. Anytime I have a band, I'm gonna smooth these inside edges. That's quite a customization, but it needs to be done. And I'll talk with you about the process. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take and put on rubber gloves, because I'm going to be working with grinding compounds, grinding wheel, and I want to make sure I'm doing the, you know, I want protection from my hands from the polishing compounds. I just don't want them dirty. It also gives me a better grip, so rubber gloves. Now let's go out and see, where are the tools right now? They may be out here, or they may be somewhere else. Yeah, they're out here. Okay, now I'm going to have to move my bicycle. Okay. All right. And all right, that's the place I'm going to be working. I'm gonna try to mark my working space with tape. I'm gonna mark my working space with tape because I got it on close-up, and if I don't do this, I'm not going to have it in a space you can see. I am going to do something else. I'm going to put tape onto the face of the watch. That's how you keep from scratching the face of the watch while you're working on it. See what I mean? No big deal, just very fast. And I'm going to come here. I've done other work on this table recently. I would like to make sure it's clean. Okay. I have a Dremel tool with a grinder on it. Oh, that's interesting. The tape pulled off. Okay, so I'm going to come here. Let's say that this is our center working space here then. Okay. Now, the next thing is you got to put on safety glasses because you're working with grinding tools and you do not want to cause trouble. Then I'm coming in here and I want a wheel. Which wheel do I want to use? I think I want to use that one. I think so. All right, so this is like a Dremel kit with a lot of different tools in it. Okay. All right, and that one goes here. So I go here and here. I'm going to have to plug this in. I'm sorry this video is so long, but I think it's better to do it this way than to have a whole bunch of videos. So I'm down here like that. Now I need to change the grinders. If you try to use a grinding wheel like this on metal, you're gonna wear it out real fast. You're far better off with this type of a wheel here that's stone. It'll grind this stuff a lot better. Now, what my goal is, okay, I wanna just grind this edge all along here. Why am I doing this? Because it makes a big difference in how comfortable the band is to your arm. I'm smoothing it because an expensive watch, the big difference a lot of times is the workmanship they put into the watch. Like this kind of stuff, like hand smoothing stuff. Pick up the speed just a hair. Not cool. You kind of ought to hold it. And then I go back and I do it again. Because you need to accomplish the goal, which is to smooth those edges all along here, including there. I get them all, see? This is what they do on an expensive watch. They smooth everything for you. So if you get a cheaper watch and you want to, you know, set it up right, and you'll see I hold the links at the other end while I'm grinding on this end, and that allows me to really get what's called a good purchase on the metal, which means a grip. I hold it here. And I'm holding those links at the far end so I can really get on here and do it right. And then you take your finger and see, have you actually smoothed everything as much as you want to? And I did not smooth that as much as I wanted to. Okay. Why am I doing it again? Well, I've learned over time that you probably have to grind a little bit more than you think you do. Okay. Now, this is the polishing wheel. You're probably wondering, is this worth it? I mean, look at all the shit he's doing here. Well, you have to understand, I'm the dumb watch guy. Haven't you noticed? And wouldn't you expect that dumb watch guys would do dumb things like being super anal on the handling? This is Mother's mag and aluminum polish, and this is a polishing nub here. And the way that this is done is you start it and let it spin here, otherwise it's going to throw shit everywhere. Okay, now we're polishing out. And you're probably wondering, do you have to do this step? If you want it to be perfect, you do. Yeah, if you want it totally smooth like a $300 watch or $500 watch would be, you have to do this. With the grinder, with the goop, just like I'm showing. Now this particular watch was fairly comfortable, but I like them super comfy, and so I have no problem putting in the time to do this properly. Okay, next step, repeat, come in for the goop, get a fresh coating of goop, like this, because it does wear down, the goop flies out and gets used up. So again, I'm going to hold it with my hand while I'm polishing it out. Now a good question is, David, if you are going to put a leather band on it, why are you doing this? There you go again, the dumb watch guy. Okay, now I go back, I do the whole thing all over again. Because when it comes to this kind of work, you want it very smooth to the arm. And I'm not in a rush. So we have that. You must hold the link at the far end of the link, or it'll wiggle all around while you're trying to do it. You don't want it wiggling around. I can tell it doesn't have any goop left just by the way it feels, so I'm coming back in for just a little bit more goop. I mean, there's no reason not to do this right. Spin off the extra. Yeah. Needs a little bit more speed. Again, I have safety goggles on so that the slop doesn't get, the compound does not get in my eyes. Now you don't have to do the center of these because they're smooth already. It's only the edges like this that have to be done. Now, they're all rounded, they're totally smooth, and they will be absolutely comfy to my hand. We have one operation remaining to do. We'll go in together and do it. You can't leave this crud on there at all. We'll go ahead and use the small sink here. Come in, hot water. I'm not really watching the watch, I'm watching the band. Okay, like this. Like this. And like this. You see it kind of goes everywhere. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to clean my hands. And then, I'm going to clean the watch. Scrub brush like this. Let me see if I've got that in the frame. I do. Up and down. So I do that side and this side. Clean off this. Come in. Like this and this and this. Now, this watch is really not getting too much more water than it would get if you were out in the rain. And I'm not hitting it, you know, with anything that would... Now, to see if you got off the stuff, you smell it. You do it by a sense of smell. Okay, so I pick this up here. This goes here. That comes off. This comes off. Then I come here. You remove your tape so that your watch face is still perfect. If you work on your watch and grind on it and you do not protect the face, you will definitely screw it up. Okay. Now, I'm telling you, that is as smooth as coconut cream pie. All along here. I may be able to show you what a nice job. See how they're all rounded? They're not sharp anymore. It is a lovely watch. You put it on. Again, the trick. Now, people don't put these on right. You have to put this loopy thing over that rod, push down to seat it, and now it'll seat perfectly. It's actually a premium band, but you have to know how to use it. A lot of people only don't get a partial lock, and that's because they did not seat this hooky thing completely onto the flat bar. I'll show you the flat bar. That's the flat bar, okay? And this is the hook. Okay, the hook has to come over it, but you have to seat it by pushing down, and then you can close it up, and it'll be perfectly locked on. I'll do this again for you since you go like that, and see, this will lie flat up on the top. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've enjoyed doing this for you because I'm going to tell you that for the $1, these are just such a deal. Such a deal, and I've had so much fun with my gold watch that I wanted the silver, you know? And it's super comfortable to the hand. Again, this type of a clasp, you can move it anywhere on the band, so you're not like, oh, it's a little too tight or a little bit too, you know, it's not a little bit too anything. And it just is a fantastic watch for the money. Thanks for joining me on this journey.